Okay, hello.
Afternoon.
Afternoon,
Good
evening, good
yeah.
morning, depending on where you
Wherever
are.
you are.
Afternoon for us. Hope everyone's doing well. So you're getting your ad music. So Ian's going to keep an eye on the up-to-date comments. I'm going to be a little bit further behind as we always are. So we're going to stay more in touch with you guys this time, where we usually get so far behind. I'm going to go a little shout out for Whisker. I think that's
Evening,
a great
Whisker.
idea. Evening.
What's that there? 300
afternoon for
million lost discarded golf balls. So I would do my part and donate $1 for every ball I lose or...
All right. Or find.
You're a good man.
It's a good man. Your local junior program will thank you. Okay. So hope everyone's doing well. We had a good little day of filming today.
We had a great little day today, didn't we?
Very productive. 5 videos.
5 plus alive. So
Plus
that's,
alive,
that's
6 videos.
That's good.
We had a really good week. So Ron, your friend, client, business advisor, kind of a whole bunch of things. Ron was in.
Multi-talented man.
So
How's
Ronnie? Iron fitting for Ron. People will like that. Hits his 6 iron about 160.
I know. I think it's such a sweet spot for the viewership, Matty. I think Ronnie's. What did Ronnie say? 64.
Yeah, he's 64.
Ronnie's 64. Recently retired. Swings the 6 iron about 76 miles an hour.
Yes, that was his average.
Yeah, he's pretty efficient with it when he gets it. So launch is decent, spin is on the lower side. So we work towards improving that always. But Ronnie's got a few things we work on, which is basically just contact. We try and establish solid contact as often as possible, and then configure the club around the solid contact. I mean, it sounds like basic stuff, but it's the truth. I mean,
but so much of fitting is getting the fundamentals correct.
It really is.
I mean, you're not doing anything fancy until you get that kind of stuff right. So his video is going to be long, which is good, but it will probably take longer to edit. So probably look for that. I want to say Wednesday, Thursday at the latest.
Yeah. We've done the first of a new series with Golf WRX today.
Yeah, so Johnny was in. Johnny, you guys may have seen through Instagram or on Golf WRX. He was in touch with like everyone by the sounds of it at TaylorMade and a couple other tour truck guys.
Yeah, that's the guys at TaylorMade, and that's the I think the spin on the show.
Yes.
It basically is our Y in the bag. With the contacts that Golf WRX provide,
which is a lot.
Yeah, Johnny's a connector, and he's through obviously the role he has with WRX, he gets to meet a bunch of these guys, and a bit like us, I have access to the shaft guys. Like last night, I was able to talk to the Mitsubishi guys about Rory's fairway wood and ask them a couple of questions about that. So he has ins and we have ins, and I think if we mesh all that information together, it turns into a little geek out show.
You guys had a good. I mean, I was listening. You guys had a good conversation, sort of an uninterrupted half hour of just every little bit of the bag and how even stuff that he used to prefer, how that plays into what he's fit into now. So look for that probably tomorrow. What is today? Monday. Yeah, look for that probably to come out first because it's obviously hot on the heels of Rory's victory.
Well, and let's talk to that. Let's talk to Rory's victory.
I was happy to see him win.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone really who pulls against Rory, and because he's so fun to watch when he's in that flow.
I think maybe 5-6 years ago he was probably not in the best place personally. I think that showed through in his interviews, but to be fair, he was 24. I think he's matured a lot. He's very, very good with the press and everything. He's in a better spot. So there's really nothing you can not like about him. I think he's fun to watch. Like he just hammers his driver all day.
Yeah, when he gets in that flow, like I thought really, with the exception of a couple of short putts he missed yesterday, he was pretty much on song. Obviously, I mean, think of that. He had a couple of short missed putts, and he dunked that ball in the water on
that was a bad shot.
4 or something. He hit it in the rough. I mean, like go long and at the worst make a bogey. Just don't come up short, whatever you do. So anyway,
he could have won by 4 shots. To be fair,
he was the best player in the field for me by quite a stretch. Yeah. I was yesterday I found it quite polarising watching all their body language. I thought Rory looked very focused and ready to win.
He looked definitely calm to me.
I think it looked like he was expecting a good round yesterday.
I agree.
I thought Tommy Fleetwood looked really lacking of confidence, and he'd spoke the night before about he really never played well on Saturday, and he shot 32 in the back nine to save his score and get himself in position. He had a really bad front nine. I thought John Ram looked nervous as hell. I thought he looked like he was
That was
edgy
not expecting.
and
Wasn't expecting that.
not after he played, such an incredible round Saturday.
Yeah, 64 or whatever he was.
Yeah, he had a putt to tie the course record.
That's right. Yeah, he did.
And who was the other one who was really in contention? I mean, obviously Furyk down the stretch.
A few came up, like Abraham Answer was in the co-lead for a while.
Ollie Schneiderjans was right there.
There.
Johnny Vegas had a putt at the last to get to 15. He would have tied Furyk.
He would have tied Furyk.
So, do you know what? It was one of the most enjoyable final rounds I've seen in a long time.
Especially for that tournament. Yeah. I would agree with that for sure.
Okay, we've got a lot to get through here.
So Adam sent us a super chat. Thank you, Adam.
Thanks, Adam.
Adam's asking about the coach man, Larry.
Chunger.
So does Larry's teaching style tend to fit players to a certain type of driver shaft? That's an interesting question, Adam. What's your take on that?
No.
Because it's too many variables.
Too many variables.
There's commonalities in if you look at players that Larry's taught for some time, you'll notice things in common.
Yeah.
But it's not so much that you're picking a shaft off the wall going, oh, you're a Larry student? You fit into this.
Well, I think, we're both Larry students, and I think if you watch us swing, no one looks at you and go, wow, that's a method coach that they go to because, they look the same. You and I look entirely
quite different. And you may pick certain things that are, again, just similarities, but you certainly wouldn't attach it to a method, as you say. So, Adam, you will want to come in and get fit, or I'm not sure if you are a student of Larry's, but if you're considering it, no, you want to come in and get fit as an individual for that day.
Yes.
All right.
Lots of people saying kind of happy spring.
I know. This is the first day of what is even close to being spring.
I mean, we've just taken a little run up to get a tea. We've been running pretty much solid all afternoon, and we went and got a quick tea there, as we like to do. But it's gorgeous out there.
It's ridiculous.
It's warm. It's bright. Even driving here today, you can see all the natural.
Just wakes you up.
Natural
really
light.
Does.
Feel like a bear come out of the hibernation.
I really do. Well, the funny thing is, like, when we went down to Florida for the show, it's amazing how quickly you forget that we were there for a week.
I know.
In good weather.
Yeah.
But we were back for a week, and you're like, oh my God, here we go again with the snow. And it snowed so much. But no, this is, you'll probably notice a marked improvement in our demeanors over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Matty, can you recreate John Ram's bunker shot through the water?
I'm sure I could. Those are tough. Like bunker shots for me when the penalty for hitting it fairway bunker shot is like in the water. Those are tough.
Horrible decision he made there.
It was a bad decision.
It's a horror show. I mean, he's just
the right one.
The back and forth. The caddy's trying, so he's just his lips going purple. He's biting it that hard. Trying to not tell him to don't be an idiot here.
Yeah.
You can't win the tournament with this shot, but you can lose it. And he did. Ultimately, the guy's I'm thinking to myself, like, you're one of the best wedge players in the PGA Tour.
He really is.
And just put it to 100 yards and try and get it up and down.
It's true.
It's crazy.
Yeah, like 90 to 100 yards, he's solid. Just spin one in there and be done with it. Okay, all right. Let's take this. Oh, guess what I've been forgetting to do?
What?
I had to broadcast.
Welcome
Sorry, guys.
To broadcast.
It's my first day, apparently. Okay. Happy Monday. Yep. To you as well.
To you too.
Going for M5, M6 fitting this weekend. Okay. Oh, UST Pro Force V2. Do they still make those?
There's a current OEM version that TaylorMade have.
Okay. So versus Graphite Design GP7. He's a quick ball speed of high 160s and a quick transition.
It's been several years since I've worked with any kind of V2. I mean, like you said,
I had that when I was
disappeared
19 or something.
Yeah, it was a real loader shaft, heavy duty, beefy shaft. So, I mean, I can talk more to the GP7. Very stout, very tip stiff in the line.
Suits his quick transition potentially.
Yeah. Obviously high 160s with quick transition.
Right. It's a combination for that.
Yeah.
You're going for a fitting, which is good.
Yeah.
This is I'll segue this a little bit. I mean, I understand that this is offered. Would you say that more than likely your bang for your buck is best in something like the Tour AD because it's a newer technology, whereas the Pro Force is somewhat dated by comparison?
Yeah, I think that's fair enough.
You're paying a lot of money for something.
I don't think it's it's unfair to say that the UST are probably working off of a bit of a legendary profile and kind of know they'll get some purchases.
Not to say it wouldn't work, but
Yeah.
I don't know. That would be my opinion.
Who knows?
I'd be looking at something else. But
GP7 is a high quality shaft. I've played the 6X myself. Absolutely love it. It's really stable.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. And for the amount of speed and the quick transition, I would say you're going to get some better performance if all things are equal. Better performance at GP7.
Okay, perfect. All right. Let's take this really quick. I've never heard someone ask this before. Dylan's asking about hitting irons out of the rough. This is the first time I've ever come across that kind of a question.
So when I was down at Nike headquarters in Texas and spent time with Mike Taylor, we were talking a lot about iron design, and we got on the subject of talking about headweights.
Okay.
And he was basically saying his theory was he actually liked headweights to be heavier than standard because it would extract the ball better out the rough.
Heavier than standard.
Heavier than standard. So slightly overweight club heads in order to extract it better.
We're talking about the actual mass of the head, not swing weight.
Yeah. So rather than head weight being sort of 262 grams, maybe being 265 and that sort of thing. So his theory was that out of a flat, perfect lie, all else being equal, most club heads will do the same.
Right.
And he was like, if you put it in the rough and you get a head weight that falls under tolerance and then one that's slightly over,
right,
you're actually going to do much better with the slightly heavier. And he said in all his testing that he had done, all his players have generally done better with heavier head weights, which I thought was a fascinating thing. We sat and talked about it at dinner for a good half hour about head weight, and obviously Tiger and Nick Price is testing with those guys and the different things he saw, and his preference was for heavier head weights.
So you look to that more than you would look to a specific design of head or something like that?
Really, there's there's the iron is going. The face is the face. The taller the face, the more the rough will catch it.
Okay. So all things you're not going to tell someone to go play blades because they hit it in the rough, but all things being equal, a smaller club's going to get through easier than a bigger one.
For sure. Less mass. Yeah.
That's a good question, Dylan.
Yeah,
that
interesting.
Is not one we've ever talked about. All right. Joe, yes, we did. Hit it about 20 minutes ago.
It was excellent.
Yeah, Ian was impressed.
What? I was wondering what hey, Bandit, ever notice Ian looked up and thinking, up or down? Look up or down.
Is the answer up there?
I know.
Yes, so we were we're doing Hottest Shafts of 2019 Part 2. You just got that ping head in, so we popped it in there, because why the hell not?
Took the wrapper off it, didn't we?
Took the wrapper off it, yeah.
Took the wrapper off it so you could be the first one to christen it.
Yep.
It was really impressive.
Very well balanced, wasn't it?
I tell you what, I was probably, I've maybe doing you a disservice, but I just thinking you've been off for a couple of weeks, you really haven't hit balls for a couple of weeks. I was thinking, to be honest, Matty, he'll just kind of nudge a few out there this week. And then we got that thing, and it was just like push draw. It was efficient, super efficient.
The efficiency was the standout
off
for
the
me.
charts. I mean, you weren't wailing at it by any means, but you still got some sneaky high ball speeds in there.
Yeah, to have a few 175 pluses today, I would have. I warmed up. I was like, I might smooth them as much as I can.
I thought 170 might be a nice number to hover around, but
no, it was still putting really, really well. So looking forward to. We still got to do the fit for that. We'll do the fit for the. I saw the little M5 is in 9 degrees.
I tell you what, kudos to the guys at TaylorMade, to Graham specifically at TaylorMade. He has been nothing short of awesome since we kind of had a conversation about different things that we would like access to, and it's just like anything in life, probably the fault falls on us for never asking more. You
know what? That's totally fair to say, because
you don't want something to ask.
Actually is a very wise thing to say, because we probably assumed, they'll notice, like, why aren't.
Yeah.
But in fairness, you asked and you got an immediate response.
Yeah,
and they've been great.
It's been tremendous.
They've been great ever since. So
they've been dropping in the new Pix golf ball. Did you see that?
No. Oh, I did.
You see it over there?
But probably everyone hasn't seen that. Is that what they're calling it? Callaway can't be happy about that. That's for sure.
competitor to the Tervis, so if we can
yeah, come back here. You can see it. You can see little. Are they ninja stars? Is that what that's supposed to be? What is that?
I mean, see, to be honest, it kind of looks like an old Callaway used to have like an X logo that looked quite like that.
It does kind of look.
It's a bit like that, but
Whatever
again,
it is.
I had never even heard the ball, and the guys had dropped them off, and they wanted us to test them.
That's cool.
See how the paint kind of lasts and stuff. It's durable. I mean, we've had our practice members batter those.
This
things.
has been used.
Yeah,
Oh, looks good.
looks really good, doesn't it? So
Cool, like that. That's the TP5.
TP5.
If you like a little graphic golf ball,
Yeah.
that's cool.
I think there's going to be.
We should hit some with that.
customizable.
I was
And
gonna say that'll be cool. And the new yellow Pro V1, we got to smack a few with that too.
yeah, so a friend and I were chatting about that the other day, actually, about the yellow Pro V, and he said he and I played a lot of golf together, and for a little while, I was kind of in this kind of spell where I wanted to know more about Nike golf, and I wanted access to the people at Nike Golf. So I was on staff with them for 1 year, and I used to do this. I basically spent 1 year on staff with every company.
Oh, did you really? I
Yeah.
didn't know you
So
did that.
like I would go, I would done it with Ping, went to Phoenix, done it with Nike, went to the Oven, all that sort of stuff. And it was purely just because I wanted to go into the belly of the beast with these
Yeah.
companies and actually see the inner workings, so that then we could, help our customers and see what they do well versus what we do, etc.
Yeah.
And so I played that resin black golf ball.
Yeah, I remember that.
The yellow one.
remember that.
And I actually to be honest, I loved playing a yellow golf ball.
Do you know who else loved that resin black and yellow?
Sammy?
Alan.
Oh, Al,
Was
did he?
upset. I used to joke with him that he played.
I've got about 10 dozen of them.
Not to hijack your
He's
story,
welcome.
but Alan, I'm telling you, you could quantify the
Really?
quality of play difference when he
Yeah.
played a yellow ball to the point like I teased him about it for years. It's so funny.
And but one thing I noticed was when I played the yellow ball, it was a brick.
Oh, it's hard.
Oh, I couldn't spin the thing for the life of me.
Why change the spin?
It was like a bouncing bomb. I mean,
Come on.
it was wild. I've got some I've literally got some in my office.
Why do you have them from old stock? Or
It must have came out of a bag or something like
That's
that. I brought up, but I've got some in. So my friend Joe said to me the other day, he's like, you should test that yellow one versus the white one.
And see
He's
if
like,
it-
just see, because he's like, remember that Nike resin golf ball and how different that was, and
It's true.
if there's something in that.
I'll tell you what, if you guys want to see yellow Pro
Yellow
V1
versus
versus white Pro
white
V1,
Pro V1?
let us know. If enough of you
I
say yes,
want
we'll
to
just
see
do it.
it. I've got my hand
So we
up.
won't turn the camera on. If only you say yes, then the camera. We'll do it. It'll just cameras will be off. I mean, it wouldn't have been on my radar. Why would colored dye change the performance of the ball? Right?
Interesting, isn't it?
All right, Glenn. Thank you, Glenn. I'm not sure if you asked a question or if you're just being nice, but we will keep an eye. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Glenn.
Glad you could make it. From Bryce. Bryce, I'm assuming you are in the Toronto area. When are courses going to open? I would say I've heard some whisperings from people I know at some golf courses, public courses, that the next 2 to 3 weeks you should see a few. If you're out on the east end, I've heard that Deer Creek might open in a couple of weeks.
In a couple of weeks? Yeah.
Because they'll just open as soon as they can.
I mean, literally the long-term forecast, let's call it long-term, I don't think you can really predict a forecast beyond
you
a
can't.
week to 10 days, but the 10-day forecast is great.
It's above 10.
Yes, the
Celsius,
temperatures are climbing.
in case anyone's wondering. Talking about Celsius, but yeah. Bryce, you'll be out there in less than a month.
Johnny Wonder's asking if that video will go up tomorrow, roughly.
I will put it up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Is he going to get Ben to post it? It's going to go on. Okay. So he wants us to post it? On our...
I think probably on WRX first.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Board meeting.
Board meeting.
Yeah, I'll edit it for him for tomorrow. That's fine. I'll make that my earliest priority. Okay. Yeah. Talking about golf. That's good. Woke me up a bit. Oh, look at this.
What's that?
Play 27 holes in the Niagara area.
Wow.
The Niagara area is
What?
different. You just don't get the same amount of snow
In
there.
Niagara.
Well, because it's lake effect. That little piece, you know why all those wineries are there? Because it's a temperature difference. It's moderate.
Microclimate.
It's basically microclimate. Yeah. There's not a ton
Are we
of
going?
I'd love to. You want to go to Niagara Falls?
Sure.
I'm actually going in 2 weeks for a little boys hockey trip. There'll be no golf. I won't be awake during the day. All right. From DeMarco. Thanks, DeMarco. All right. DeMarco either has or is getting an F9. Good choice. 93 club speed. Hits up on it. 2800 spin. Good smash factor. 12 launch. He's using an Oban Revenge.
I would say the 75 gram 04 might be a little bit much.
So the weight is not likely doing him any favors.
Well, I wouldn't think that's helping the player at
Spin a little bit high, you think?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see that a bunch with that F9 driver, that some people are getting some spinny numbers with it. Everything else looks pretty good there.
Certainly getting a lot of output out of it, which is
Yeah,
good.
I'd be very curious as to what. Where's the launch? 12 launch.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. I would kind of. I'd work in that, put that weight forward. I mean, it might already be forward, but I certainly would keep that weight forward.
But he could even order a heavier weight to knock the spin off a little bit.
Definitely.
So DeMarco, look
We've seen that work.
for move the CG forward to drop your spin a bit,
Yeah.
and then potentially look at a 60-gram range shaft.
I'd maybe pop in something like a 93, something like a little VA Drago 6504, not tipped.
Not tipped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, DeMarco, if there's anything you want to add to your question, let us know. Ian's keeping up. He's on live. I'm on 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, Austin's going to practice. Austin, enjoy.
Enjoy, pal.
We're jealous. Joe, good to see you too. All right. I'm not going to try to pronounce that, but thank you. Looking for a placement for a Callaway Epic 9.5. Mm-hmm. Pro green is
Fujikura.
Fujikura. That's close. So close. Mm-hmm. So he's got good club speed, good ball speed. Dynamic loft is 19.
Yes, that sounds a bit high.
Launch angle is 18, so that's very high. So very high launch, very high spin, by the sounds of it. 150 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Okay, so loft.
You done?
See you, Linz.
See you soon. Yeah, can you shoot me a text? Let me know how the finger feels better.
Yeah, I
for
feel
next
better.
week. Yeah.
Tape it up.
She's ready for you.
See ya.
It's the famous Lindsay. She's getting ready for next week.
I would say instantly, I wouldn't look too much against what the shaft's doing. I would say going to something like a, Flash Sub-Zero 9 turned down to 8.
Yeah.
It's got
to take some loft and knock the spin down.
Got to take some loft and get the CG a little closer to the face.
Have you found that Flash to be as low spin or lower spin than the original Epic? Do you think? I know it's been a while. It's been 2 product cycles, but
yeah, I think it potentially is lower spin than the original.
So that combined with the loft would potentially, he's got to get his spin down 1,500 more.
Yeah, and do you know the nice thing with these types of ones is, launch angle at 18, spin at 38. Well, if we just bring both of those things down,
you don't need to separate them, do you?
Yeah, it's not like we're trying to we've got one that's in the right spot, but one that's not, so we're trying to manage them.
Very true.
So, yeah.
Okay. No, that's good. As problems go, that's easier, isn't it?
Yeah.
You need to just drop your loft.
You just got to drop the loft and get the CG forward.
All right. Beautiful. What is this?
That is Yorkshire Tea or PG Tips. I would say Yorkshire Tea. Celtic or Rangers?
You're a Rangers guy.
Yeah. I'll leave that one.
All right. This is great.
Okay. As a novice fitter, it's like graduate school for me. I love TXG.
That's great.
Perfect. Could you point me to an episode that will help me understand load zones? Have we done an episode that's on load zones and how EI profiles work? And
we should do one.
Yeah, let's probably not kind of dive too. I mean, obviously,
you need to get into it. You're not going to answer that in 30 seconds. I'm assuming
it's something we actually have set up a relationship with the guys at Cool Clubs.
Good segue.
Which is going to give us access, or has given us access to S3 fitting data.
Yep.
So a lot of the kind of techies who are very switched on to this industry will know what S3 fitting data is.
It's the machine from Acura.
That's right.
When we go look at our Acura series, if you're wondering what Ian's talking about, it's that crazy machine. So
it's it.
You're going to want
the most sophisticated shaft profile machine I've ever seen.
The data looks
I've ever worked with.
So complicated, but
it's really cool.
If you know what you're reading, you can make sense of it, right?
You know what it is. Yeah.
So let's earmark that as a good suggestion. Let's make that a priority. I think it's a misunderstood.
Do you know what? I sat last night for about an hour on S3 and
did you?
Yeah, I was thinking a bit different. different shafts that we may be working with soon, and I was going to screenshot some EI profiles and different stuff, so that when we like today, can you imagine, like, if we for TBT, Rogue and DF.
If you had all the profiles.
If we had all those profiles, what was wrong? Was it too bright?
It's just I'm complaining about the sun. It's just really bright.
Is it?
It's probably too dark.
So that would have been quite nice to sort of show 3 different EI curves and
show how
sort
they're
of thing.
designed to bend.
Yeah, because like
that.
like with DF today, and we're looking at the EI curve of DF, and actually, interestingly enough, is how does it differ from BF?
Right.
And the midsection
actually
being significantly stiffer, etc., etc. So
sorry, this is too dark now.
They're driving you nuts. I will. Bandit's asking, how is the neck, Matty?
Okay.
How is the neck?
It's better.
Much better, Bandit. He's back on form.
It's
Back on form.
It's at a point where I hit probably like 75 balls today.
Yeah. It was. I tell you what, it was
fine.
It was fantastic. Yeah, I thought you were striping it today.
Yeah, I hit it actually good.
Yeah.
Like I'm right now, I would say I'm more stiff than sore.
Yeah.
So it's usually when we get to this point, I'm like
Aching.
in agony.
Yeah.
It doesn't really hurt. It just feels like I need a stretch. So it's
Got my
getting there.
wingman back.
We're back, folks. We had a great day today.
Good day. Today was a great day.
It was a great day. All right. Oh, I missed a follow-up about that launch high spin. So it's also saying that with the Cobra F9 lower lofted,
Yeah.
he's got the launch angle down to 12 and 24.
Good.
So that's
really good.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
A lot more distance.
You're certainly in the right window with that, and so you've done kind of as we suggested, but obviously bringing the loft down. 12 and 24. You're not going to hear me complain anything
it's
about
good, isn't
those numbers. Those are fantastic. What you're carrying that there to?
This is in meters. So.
Yeah, so you're carrying that 265 yards. And it's rolling out to nearly 290. Yeah, good
great.
job. Love it.
Cobra's a good head, that's
Yep.
for sure. We've seen that. All right. How far behind do you think I am?
Let's see, where are we at there? Oh, Whisker has actually sponsored a.
Okay, I'll catch up a little bit. You stay live. I'll catch up a bit. I just wanted to get some idea of how ridiculously behind. Here we go.
I'm
I'm going to take this from
Okay, so that was.
How many minutes ago was that?
Yeah, fuck you, it's 17.
Okie doke. Here we go. We're catching up. Brandon, thank you. It's an interesting question. So golf franchise stores, big box stores that are listed on Golf Digest. I can already see your head shaking.
What is that
How
all
could
about?
that be, though?
What is? I mean, because it's just such bullshit. It's just such bullshit.
But isn't the
based on what criteria? I know.
Is the fitters list supposed to be facilities or individuals?
Who knows?
It doesn't matter, I guess.
No, the thing has zero relevance, and
Yeah.
it's just horribly, no credibility to that thing. And I hope someone watching at Golf Galaxy goes, "Oh, I'm a fitter and I feel like I do a good job."
Maybe you do.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely sure. There's good fitters at these establishments, but how they make up these lists? There's no criteria.
I would agree with that. It's opinion based, and God knows what else. Yeah.
You know what they say about opinions, Matthew?
Yep, everyone has one. It's a good question, though, Brandon. It really is. I think the question comes because that's what people have access to more often than not. But it's worth it to ask us at any time. If you live in a certain area, we'll help you get a referral to a reputable person, or ask friends that have been in fit. Maybe you have a friend who is really happy with his fitting, ask him. But not to poop on the big boxes, but it's just not the same level of consistency. All right. From Kyle. Thank you, Kyle. Good question. We've tested all these shafts. TZ5 Acra, TZ6 Acra, and Rogue 130, which we just tested today.
So TZ5, player who has a fairly neutral swing looking for a flatter ball flight. TZ6 for the player who loads it a little bit and struggles to get the angles out in their downswing, looking for a little bit more shaft deflection to kick it up. 130 Rogue MSI, look for the player who maybe uses a heavier head weight, wants a lot of stability, higher balance point, maybe to up the swing speed a little bit. Just
Done.
about that.
You didn't even have that prepared. So good. What's the one you love again? TZ5?
I love TZ5, yeah.
Mikey's Instagram the other day. Who did you fit the customer with the Mizuno ST190 and an Acura TZ something?
I don't remember.
I don't know. Someone did. It's the best looking club because black and silver on both.
I know.
Plus, you had black and silver on your logo behind it. It looked like
sharp, eh?
It was so good.
Yeah.
Follow Mikey on Instagram if you don't.
Yeah.
Mike TXG.
Mike TXG.
Okay. Differences between Ping stock shafts. How many different stock shafts does Ping offer in their woods?
Oh. Yeah, I mean, a good amount.
Is it really?
Like a good amount.
Several.
Yeah. Like 25, 30, I would say maybe something like that.
Okay.
Decent amount.
So
Is that a
there's
decent
a lot
amount?
of different options. You tell me. So what would you? Okay. You know what? Let's. I'm gonna focus this question a bit. So chime back in for us and let us know what you're looking for because there's a lot of.
I'm looking at my face and yours. I think it's the first time we've ever looked the same shade.
It is the first time.
I'm looking a little bit peely wally, as we'd say in Scotland.
What does
Pale.
that mean? Isn't everyone pale in Scotland? Except you.
Except
when you come back.
That's why they kicked me out of the country.
Get out. I was just saying maybe we can get some swing dynamics about the Ping shafts and we can make a recommendation, but let us know specifically what you're after and we can help you out.
Apparently I'm pulling a lot of faces today.
You always pull faces.
Yeah.
Are they negative?
No, Brandon's saying LOL. Ian's face to my question is priceless.
Because
how about the big box stores?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. You got a reaction, Brandon. That's good. It's always good to get a reaction. All right, from Sean. Thank you, Sean. Driver question below. Here I go. Okay. Oh, that's different. Strixon driver.
Nice. We're going to go back in and
is that
go back
an older one?
That's an oldie, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he struggles hitting newer drivers. He prefers the high swing weight and smaller head. Okay. Do you see others with the same preferences? I hear of others online that prefer a 430 head. Do you see that in fits? Do people come in and say, what do you really?
Yeah.
Is that
A
right,
lot of people like the smaller heads. Yeah, I mean,
what do you think that is? Just comfort?
Yeah. I just think, I could probably give them a G4. If you wanted to be a little bit sneaky about it, you could probably go, here's a G410. And they go, I don't like that. And I'll go, oh, here's an Epic Flash.
I know.
And they go, oh, that's much
it's
better.
430, it must be.
460.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's actually a good idea.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's just making people as comfortable, but obviously performance being the...
Is anyone
the
hitting
main
a
thing.
430cc better than a 460 in the lessons?
Not many at all. It was
mental thing,
yeah.
preference.
I mean, I know Gary Woodland moved into the smaller head last year when he won at the Waste Management, and
Is that right?
Yeah, he found that he felt that he could. It made him more focused on his contact. He said, and
I hear that a lot. People say that about blades too.
I know. A lot of people can have that kind of whole like it's nonsense. But I mean, if it means something to the player, it's hard to say it's nonsense.
Yeah, you can't say it doesn't work if it does.
Yeah.
Not uncommon, Sean.
Yeah.
Especially the high swing. I'll tell you, I like a high swing weight in my driver as well. So
Let's see. Let's try and catch up a little. What do I say?
just get Owens here.
Wait.
Okay, so Owen's asking about the Strixon XV golf ball.
Yeah.
Both of us played that last year.
Yeah, I've always liked the feel of a firm golf ball.
Okay.
And I probably am living in the past a little bit, and thinking that I am a high spin player. I'm absolutely not a high spin player. I'm a low spin player.
You are
now.
a low spin player.
So, and this is why this year I've made a conscious decision to change the golf ball in effort to get more spin.
I'm going to do the same.
I just don't want to nuke my irons as much as I used to. I'm sick of kind of flying greens and
You do
hitting the back
hit
of
over the
greens.
back a few times, haven't
It's
you?
a nonsense.
You don't need it.
No.
You don't need the distance.
No.
Yeah, it's funny. We're in the same boat. Both of us should either switch to Z Star if it's going to be a Strixon, or switch to whatever Pro V1 or something.
In Pro V1, I mean, it'd be interesting to do some comparison testing for both of us. Do a little TP5, do a little Z Star. I just really like the Strixon golf ball. It lasts a long time.
It really does.
I like the feel of them. So I mean, I'm most likely to be honest
Just go Z-Star?
stay in Z Star.
Yeah, I'll do some testing because I might as well. But
Yeah.
I think we should see. Be interesting to see what if you're looking. I think just the way the industry has gone. I think a lot of people have aired too low in spin with a bunch of stuff.
I know.
So everyone ends up playing the lower spin ball. And now I've had the same experience where I feel like I need to go, and you're the same, go back up to a higher spin ball.
Agreed.
Another video idea. It's a good ball, though, Owen. It is a very good ball. Okay. Is this the one you wanted to get from Whisker? From Whisker.
Yes.
The man. Will Ian sabotage your fit? No, he won't. What does sabotage a fit? That's a good question.
No sabotaging of fits at TXG.
No. We won't sabotage your fit.
No.
All right. What would you say? Let's do it from we're not going to do it from the fitter standpoint because you're going to come here and get a good fitting. What does a customer do to sabotage a fit?
Consciously hit clubs badly that they don't like the look of.
Really? Consciously?
Consciously.
Stop it.
Give someone one that you go, this will be in your wheelhouse, and they go, I don't really like the look of it, and the fitter goes, listen, just hit a couple for me anyway, and then you see like duck hook, top. Oh, the amount of times and they're like, yeah, I knew that one wouldn't work. Okay.
What is that about?
It happens. It happens more than
What's
you
the
would.
Psychology behind that?
They just don't want to play it. They can't look at
But
it.
they're appeasing you more or less?
Yeah.
Interesting.
We're going to answer that one for Bandit because poor Bandit's asked it 1,000 times.
Yeah, well,
Are we coming to Rick's charity golf day? We have had 0 invites. We have had.
Here comes another face.
We've
Zero contacts.
We've contacted them. We've asked for dates when we're the other side of the bloody
Ocean,
Atlantic. So a little. But at the end of the day, we asked and we would like to be part of it. We would have liked to be part of it. Now realistically, we can't be part of it because the scheduling.
Unless it's in like August or something.
Which I don't think it's probably going to be in August. I'm thinking it's probably going to be June, July once the weather's kind of better. So. Unfortunately, Bandit, it sounds like a no.
Let's give it a 70-30% chance of happening. 30% yes, 70% no.
Yeah, I mean, if it happens any time from mid-July onwards, late in the year, like there's a decent chance we would like to play in it. But if it's before that, like literally every working day I have from today to then is spoken for.
Yeah.
Every working day.
Yeah. Until
the middle of July, I just don't have any time off, other than other weekends.
I know. Well, that's not time off. That's a regular day. You don't work 7 days a week, remember? Ideally. Don't work 7 days a week. If anyone is doing that, quit it.
Someone's asking if, wait, are these guys Scottish? You're getting called Scottish.
Well, my blood is Scottish.
I know, you just found out.
Yeah, it's really, really funny. Should we segue here?
Yeah.
I have a French last name. And have always thought there's got to be some French lineage. There may be, but my uncle had one of those. I'm rejecting it because he had his DNA test done, and there's no French blood at all.
Peed in a cup.
So whether those are reliable, Ancestry or what's the other one? 23andMe. You see those commercials?
Yeah.
So he got it back. He got it as a gift, and it's all Great Britain and Ireland, and Scotland, and like some Norwegian or something. But it would explain why I don't speak French. That's for damn sure. All right. I guess you would probably like me to catch up. Okay, I'm going to take this from Courtney. Courtney asked it more than once. Courtney is asking about consistency for distance control. Why does a game improvement iron have less consistency in distance control? This is a great question. Really good question. Mm-hmm. In a nutshell, what do you think?
I think that the fastest results from a ball speed perspective on that game improvement club will be extremely fast.
Okay.
The mishits could potentially drop off a little bit. So the range of good ones to bad ones, the result will probably be a little bit wider apart.
Gotcha.
Whereas the blade, from the kind of the hot ones or the well struck ones, maybe aren't that fast. But the drop off isn't that severe.
Interesting.
Either.
So it's just basically the DNA of the head producing more variance because it's designed to give you more forgiveness. Is that what it is, pretty much?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a good question, Courtney. I think people are aware of that, but it's rarely actually quantified.
Yeah.
Okay, so Whisker Rub is sponsoring this question.
Whisker, what a man.
What a man. So Judy's asking... 2 back surgeries. It's tough. So still having some nagging issues from that. Is this a good time to look at a fitting?
I've done one of my favourite fits I've ever done the other night with my own doctor, Dr. David Greenberg here in Toronto. And David has, 1 year ago, he had the tiger surgery. Exactly the same.
He's fused his back?
He's had a fusion in his back.
Oh, wow.
So
it's no joke.
Doc Greenberg... was his previous equipment that I'd put him into was like an R15, 10.5, turned up to 12, Acra 150, M3. We always use, and it weights in the heel, trying to get him to turn it right.
Had a slice, basically,
more, right?
Yeah.
Doc Greenberg stands up there the other day and he's like, "What do you think? Do you think we'll see anything different?" I said, "Well, your swing's probably going to be a bit slower. You're probably going to, be just nursing your back a little bit." And one thing I did say to him is, your back being fused will probably cause you to make a compensation somewhere in your swing for the speed that you'll have lost through rotation and through basically your flexibility through your spine, your thoracic. Stands up the first shot and just blister draws this thing.
Does he really?
And I'm like, "What was that?" And he's like, "Well, it felt quite nice." And I'm like, I don't remember you ever hitting it that far. So hits a few more, left. Interesting. Path is lovely from the inside, hitting up on it.
What?
Move the weights to the toe, straightens him out, and he's hitting this thing like, I don't ever remember him hitting it 260. Starts hitting this thing like 250, 260.
Yeah.
On his real best ones, we got him into a new, I forget what it was. I think it was probably like G410, weight in the toe, 10.5.
And now he needed draw protection.
Yeah, he needed draw protection. Put him into Speeder 474, Evolution 3, a little bit more active tip, but kind of balanced it out really nicely. Yeah. Unbelievable. So he had the tiger surgery. So to go back to Judy, there's hope. There definitely is hope for you. And I would say go for a fitting. Listen, if you were coming to TXG and you told me in advance that you were coming for a fitting, I'd say, "Listen, Judy, let's come and give it a try. If it doesn't work out, there's no cost on you. We tried, it didn't work out. Obviously we'll give you a professional opinion as to whether your swing is really not able to function properly. We can see different things you're doing. But if you go to a reputable company, state your kind of issues you're having.
True.
I think people would give you a fair shot to get fit and then give you an honest opinion whether it was really providing you any value, and you shouldn't take your money.
I think that's
I
good
wouldn't
advice.
take your money.
What a guy. What a nice live stream this is. People are sponsoring questions. You're giving away fittings.
Nice.
All right. What am I, 48 minutes behind now? That was Whisker. Okay, I'm going to take this from DeMarco. He was earlier asking about shaft. So go outside of O-band for him. It was O-band Revenge 7.
So Revenge is the tip soft. It's the green version.
So what in your arsenal would be your number ones?
Something like that. I think I actually said, VA Drago. I think it's
sorry, you did say VA Drago.
6504. I really think that would be really good. Really good.
Okay, let's reiterate that, DeMarco. VA composites, right? If you're googling it.
For sure.
All right. Here we. Oh my God, we're like 35 minutes behind.
See if we can.
Do you want me to just do really?
Yeah. Let's see if we can get through. Yeah, we'll stop further.
Okay, from Lefty.
Yeah.
You bought a Lefty F9 fairway.
Nice.
That's good. I'm a high toe hitter like me. You are.
Right, Matt, have you strike at the toe?
Today was like a clinic at the toe.
Toe fest.
It was. But the ball went pretty straight. Who cares? He is looking to put a. Oh yeah, you were talking about this. So looking to put a right-handed sleeve to flatten out the driver on. Oh, sorry, the fairway wood. My mistake.
Yeah.
Does that work on Cobra's sleeve?
Looking for info right to sleeve to get it flatter and more open. Well, if you just open it, it will go flatter. That's the nature of the adjustable sleeve.
Okay.
We are going to do a video on the adjustable sleeve, aren't we?
That's true.
Yeah.
So is that's his best option? If you go with the right-handed sleeve, what's the advantage? You can go a bit further?
No, not the Cobra's. The Cobra is. Well, So sorry.
Is it one more?
Your question being that if you use the draw sleeve and use it the wrong way around, will open it? Yes, it will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Open to a bigger degree.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Keep hitting that high toe. There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing.
It's better than the low heel. That's for sure.
That's true.
Stinker.
All righty.
I know. Sorry, we're gonna have to.
We're gonna skip ahead a bit. I don't want to be an hour behind for everybody.
Ian is a genius. I don't know about that. Your tip from last week was perfect. Work for G400. Even
the same. Okay, yeah, I think I remember this. This comment. So remember the spin was way up.
Right.
So
okay.
he's switched and he's looked at. M3 440 with the weights
forward.
Dropped.
Yeah,
I don't remember exactly, but I think Alex had either 2 drivers or you had recommended him to go to the
Right.
M3. So
Launch stayed the same.
his drop's been by 1,500.
Yeah.
That's wild.
No, that's wicked.
Alex, it's good to hear that worked out so well.
Good. And do you know, and I'm so happy to hear that something when we do these kind of little quick consultations. I'm always worried that really we're giving advice, and I know we know what we're talking about and different stuff, but I'm always worried to lead people down, a path that kind of, they spend money on and it doesn't work so well. But
it's better than no advice, that's for sure.
I think so.
It really is.
Yeah.
No, we love to hear from stuff like that. That's great. Austin had to leave earlier, but he got his new TXG putter grip.
Awesome, new
That's
forward
good.
forward
The forward TXG putter grip.
Get online, you can buy those from the TXG online store.
There's only about 25 left.
That's awesome.
So
they are, I use one myself.
I use one myself. Mike uses one himself.
Mike uses one.
They are sharp.
They are. Let's go to Ash quickly there. Land angle of a 6-iron, ideally around, depending on your speed, but I would say generally if you're looking at a number, look for about 45 degrees land angle.
Okay.
About that. It's nice.
That's balanced for most speeds.
I think for the golfers, we see 42 to 45. If you're in the 75 mile an hour swing speed to kind of 85, 90,
Yep.
So I'm trying to give a range, but 42 to 45 land angle.
It's going to stop the ball on time. Okay.
Yeah.
Jason is asking about the newest addition to your fitting services, Ultimate Bag Fitting with the gears.
Can you elaborate on ultimate fitting with gears? Yeah, so it's obviously it's a full bag sort of fitting. Everything we do putter on Quintic, we do everything else on quad and gears. We're going to use gears to analyze how you make the shaft deflect, the nuances of your movement, how the sort of hand speed works, how much rotation you have, your rates of acceleration, the forces you place on the shaft. We're going to map your whole golf swing rather than just mapping the point of impact.
You'll go away with so much more than a regular. I think the question from Jason is, you have a full bag fitting. Now you have a full bag fitting with gears. What is gears adding? So the knowledge that you can get from gears to fit someone to a shaft is unbelievably better than not having it. And then the player themselves, think about what they'll learn from gears about their own golf swing.
So much.
It's tremendous value to that
It
as well.
It's basically you spending the full day with us.
And I was going to say, and if for now it's with you, it's for the full day.
Yeah.
It's probably the only fit you do that day kind of thing.
It's the only one I do that day.
so
it's actually a 2-man fit.
Oh, is it?
You'd actually have 2 people working on you with that fit.
Okay. So this is the ultimate kind of
this,
experience.
and
to come in
that's
here
why it's priced appropriately for the time of 2 people.
2 staff.
We'll be making up different clubs with different markers.
Right.
Lunch is included, so we send you somewhere for lunch while we kind of mark up your stuff. We make sure you keep your energy up. We keep you kind of fueled, different stuff throughout the day. So it really is the ultimate TXG experience. If you can imagine the ultimate fit, this is better than that.
That's pretty cool. I didn't realize you were doing the whole the 2-man thing. That's a great idea.
It's like something that just is not done anywhere else.
Well, because if anyone's wondering what you're talking about, gears is amazing, but it's very finicky to get all the clubs set up. There's all these little reflective pieces that have to go on. So having the person to do that seamlessly while you have your fitting is.
And while we do this, when we kind of get up to speed with this, I'd like to do something like in the summer and just as a little thank you, do a little ultimate bag giveaway.
We should.
Little gears ultimate bag giveaway in the next few weeks. It'll be pretty cool.
Look for that. We should film a little something about just how that works. We can do that with me or something.
That's a good idea.
Just to show people what the experience is like.
Yeah.
It's good. A lot of people have been asking about it, so it's good to see.
Good question, Jason.
Thanks, Jason. From George. George is asking about the Fujikura Ventus versus the Atmos Tour. What is the difference? Same company, obviously. Ventus is new.
Yeah, material content. Ventus is extremely high strength material content, so recovers a little bit quicker. Obviously the Atmos Tour line comes in black, blue, red, so different profiles.
Ventus is just the one?
Yeah, Ventus is just one line right now.
Okay.
But Ventus is really the all bells and whistles right now from
the more
Fujikura.
premium offering. It's going to cost you more, obviously.
Yeah, and you need to have some serious speed to be a Ventus guy.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Are you noticing? Have you used it much in the lower flexes and weights, or not so
Not
much?
too much. No, I'm kind of more kind of between 65 stiff and 75x. I'm kind of doing more in that range with it right now.
Well, it's important for people to know because they do make the lower weights, but if it isn't necessarily the best at that. I'm going to grab this. Was about the Ping stock shafts earlier. Okay, sorry. I was asking about no upcharged ones. So fairly neutral playing shaft. So I guess something not overly stiff, not overly heavy. G400 Max did not like the Tour 75 in the fairway. That's the Ping shaft, I guess. So it's Tennessee orange that comes stuck.
Yeah. There's a
Or
Tennessee
the
orange
even
in
flow,
there.
white.
Yeah, I really like the even flow shafts. I think an
Yeah.
even flow blue, the kind of slightly
the one.
softer profile, is a really nice, slightly more tip active.
Would fit a
shaft.
good range of players.
Yeah, it'd be a nice one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Sorry we didn't know exactly what you meant before, but hopefully that answers your question. Okay. Kyle, yes. Thoughts on the new Z-Forged irons? They look cool.
Gorgeous.
really, really cool.
Love the look of them.
Saw them in Golf Digest with all the other
Yeah.
blades. I mean, they are probably the best looking of the bunch. If you don't want the most traditional look.
Yeah. No,
I think of the techie blades, they look
sure.
sweet.
Yeah.
Should have made them in left hand.
No.
It just can't be that hard to make a left-handed club. It can't be. AJ.
Great question. Love it.
This is a great question.
C-taper. If you're the loader, the real guy who hits it hard and just wants to minimize dispersion, C-taper. If you're X100 and you're a little bit on the shallow side and you can initially launch it up quite high, good for you, like me. If you are PX70, if you're a little bit on the steeper end and you want to raise initial launch and flatten out the peak because you do spin it a little bit, Project X. Done.
So good. You, tomato and cheese. You, egg salad. It's a good question, AJ. Really good. All right. This is actually something I was thinking about this weekend. Do you think that the arm lock putter is going to get banned?
Yes, it should. It's
Really?
anchoring.
Okay. I didn't think you'd say
Anchor.
that. I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
I'm not as opposed to it as I mean I think like the belly putter was so
Absolutely.
obviously anchoring it.
I don't like it.
Is the argument that it's not anchoring because your arm moves?
Yeah.
Is
Grip
that
should
why?
be attached to nothing.
You know what I think they should have
On your
done?
hands.
It's true. They should have just said putters can't be more than 37 inches
Yeah.
and then do whatever the hell you want.
I know.
If you want to bend over on your head to lock it in your elbow, do whatever you want.
know. Yeah,
that would have done it, no?
I think if you're gonna go, to be honest, like I was kind of against the anchor putter ban anyway.
Were you?
I was, yeah, against it just because I think there was certain players who, like Tim Clark. I remember.
Yeah,
they
ruined his career.
they ruined his career.
Well, if
The guy's under a bridge.
It's true. Well, it's like you should never if it wasn't right, it should never have been allowed. And so if you allowed it, you can't take it away.
That's for me.
So the arm lock, if they ban it, they'll destroy another 10 careers. But I don't know. It's definitely. I don't know if it's. I don't want to throw Brandel Chambly into the bus. He gets enough of it. But it might have been him that said he didn't agree with it. I think it was him, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
It's getting talked about. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
I know.
I'm neutral.
Is it? There's a question. I want to get that one. There.
This?
Duffy Duck.
Good
Duck's a
name.
beauty. Is it true Ping drivers are a little off when it comes to the loft? No,
Not true.
not true.
You can get digital lofted heads through here.
You can get a loft to literally to the decimal point.
Quarter degrees, basically, or whatever. They
Tenth.
just measure it.
Yeah, it goes
Tenth?
8.7, 8.9.
Sick. So
So
no.
good. No, and their quality
I
control.
was gonna say of all companies to put under the bus for
their
that, it's not
quality
them.
control is
Yeah.
fantastic.
We're just getting into stuff about the YouTube Open, so we need to move our ass here. Okay. From Frank. Thank you, Frank. Putter and fitting question. Very good. He does a bit of forward press on his putter. What type of putter and loft should I consider? And second part, where should he go in Chicago to get fit?
So go try the Scotty Futura 6M. That is a really good putter for guys who lean the shaft a little bit. CG's a little further back.
Launches the ball a bit?
Launches the ball a little bit higher. It's actually one I keep in our matrix for exactly for that
it over
player.
there?
Yeah. See the one?
Weights?
Yeah, in the back.
Oh, I think that okay, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, and if you lean the shaft a little bit, it's a really, really good putter. There's
That's
the
the
boy, Mickey Mouse.
It is Mickey. I'm surprised you don't play this.
I'm off to Orlando next week. I can't wait.
Where's Frank want to get fit in Chicago?
Go to who's in Chicago? Man, three of the favourite companies that I like to recommend are there. But you've got the headquarters of Club Champion.
True.
You've got the boys at True Spec who do a fantastic job at that store. I hear a lot of good things about the work they do. And you've also got Cool Clubs that are there as well.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So Cool Clubs is Chicago and Arizona?
Cool Clubs are they've got Boston. They've got
I didn't know
Cool
that.
Clubs are everywhere. Yeah, tons. They've got 20.
Oh, I'm thinking
stores.
of Hot Sticks or something that only has a few.
Yeah.
Okay. Frank, good question.
Good question.
Hopefully that answers it. Okay. I love the in chat banter that goes on. It's so funny. All right, Otto.
We're out here trying to be serious, Matthew. Not
Every week we get less serious. It's good. It's
more
good.
swear words, less
I know.
serious.
Was I swearing live?
No,
2 weeks ago.
I think I swore a lot.
No, I did.
Did you?
Not last week. 2 weeks ago. It wasn't pulled off YouTube, so it couldn't have been too bad.
Careful. My mother watches these.
All 2 hours of them.
Oh, all 2 hours. This is
Say hi to Ian's mum, Mrs. Hello,
Lizzie.
All right, MP18 irons, Project X LZ 6.5, long, inch and a quarter, 2 upright. So he's playing those. Yeah, sorry, inch and a quarter long, 2 degrees upright. Should he be worried about the weight and the upright lie angle? Does that suit the longer shaft? Longer shaft makes them play.
Makes them more upright. So yeah, you're playing more upright there.
So he's got to look at the ball flight first. I'm
Got to
assuming.
look at the ball flight. But if you're, Mizuno do a great job with their in-house builds. So they have different head weights.
Do they really?
Yeah.
So they'll pick heads out of the factory for you.
They will pick head weights. So they will have picked a lighter set head weights for such a 125 gram heavy shaft playing that long. So no, I wouldn't worry too much. I would say that is going to be a natural D5, D6 swing weight if it's got a 50 gram grip on it.
Right.
Something in that wheelhouse. So go check them on a swing weight scale by all means, but I wouldn't.
Unless there's a performance issue, maybe don't worry too much about it.
Honestly, you're missing out here. Bandit and Whisker have taken over the chat.
What are they talking about?
There's madness going on here. Austin's like, why does it seem like Whisker and Bandit are brothers living in the same house?
They're all pals.
All pals.
They've never met.
Mikey Martusevich is in the house.
Hey, Mikey.
You should be practicing.
Mikey, good luck on your speech tomorrow, big guy.
Mikey's presenting in front of the PGA of Ontario tomorrow.
Yes, it's good. Proud of him.
Very proud of him.
That
For
is
doing that takes a lot of guts. And
Education Day, PGA Education Day. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Or seminar? Sorry?
Seminar. Yeah. The 24-year-old version of Ian Fraser would not have done that.
Honestly, I'm not trying to make you nervous, Mikey, but it's a respectable accomplishment to speak in front of people. It's not easy to do.
And he's going
This is easy to do, but
he's going to do a great job.
you will.
Yeah.
You'll be just fine.
Yep.
All right. Scott. Thank you, Scott. Scott needs help with his iron shafts. Okay, so he's playing X100s. He's looking at a couple Modus shafts. He's looking at X7. Hammers the 6 iron, 128 ball speed, 14 launch, 5800. Angle of descent 43, carrying at 195. Is there anything in those numbers that would indicate to you that he should change his iron shafts? Is that launch low?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the land angle's a little bit shallow. Carry 190. I mean, that sounds like me. Well, 43, I would say X100 probably would be my choice normally.
Why do you want his launch? Purely for descent angle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's got enough spin. I'm surprised, to be honest, that that amount of ball speed. It's the launch really that's a fraction low.
Is that a Project X candidate? Because it launches
That's a high launch golf ball issue. So
okay.
We need to get something that launches at a fraction higher. You probably could go into something like Pro V1X, TP5X, something that launches it initially a little bit higher. That would be my kind of initial choice. Would
certainly be the cheapest choice to test out, wouldn't it? That
Yeah.
would be a lot cheaper than buying new shafts.
Yeah, but Scott, I mean, you're so close to being dialed in there. I'd be reluctant to think that a shaft change was going to change much there. X100 would be a really good choice in my opinion. So I think maybe try S400 and see what's what with S400. But I would probably make a couple of subtle changes. Your angle of attack has to shallow out basically.
Okay,
so
a little bit.
Like to see you get a
steep.
fraction shallower.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good advice.
Whisker and Bandit are being called Cheech and Chong.
That's funny. All right.
What do you think of George Gankis' instruction?
I've kept an eye on it. He doesn't do much. As he had a spurt where he was really on YouTube constantly. I'm not really sure what he's up to.
There's been a bit of a battle for the rights to his content and stuff like that. I heard him on a podcast at one point.
It's too bad.
It's too
you
bad.
never know what goes on early days in business deals.
I think he will suit some people's style and others not so much.
Yep. True.
I think in his delivery,
yes.
I think he's a very smart guy.
Yeah, he is smart. It's very casual on camera. That's where you get your impression, that may not mesh with. I mean, I don't know if you're a traditionalist and you want a guy, with his clothes on and not chewing gum and like stuff like that. He's pretty, he's got
flip flops.
Yeah, he may rub you the wrong way, but he knows what he's talking about, and he gets, he's got some really good players. Matthew Wolf is. I think he's winning that collegiate event right now.
Yeah, he's incredible. He's incredible. I mean, I think these new coaches, to be honest, I think the GGs of the world are changing the game.
Yeah, 100%.
I think they're really changing the game, and it's pretty cool to see the golf.com top 100 instructors. I give that slightly more credibility than the golf
Is it more reliable?
Yeah, I mean, how do you can judge?
I'm gonna restart this whole conversation.
You can judge a instructor based on the players and results that you
agree.
get. How do you judge a club fitter? Like, unless you're going to get people who actually know what they're talking about.
Well, that would be your issue.
Pisses me off.
Yeah, I think he's. I hope he starts making YouTube videos again. He definitely was doing a good job. He would film full lessons, which I think people liked a lot. So, best of luck to him with whatever's keeping him from making more content. But
here's an idea. Why don't you do one from there? I'll do one from a current one.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Is it my turn or yours?
Yeah, yours. Go for it.
It is a good idea. It only took us an hour.
Hot Metal Pro for low handicap thoughts testing.
This low handicap combo.
This low handicapper has the 4-iron.
Yep.
26 degrees isn't going to be for everyone. 6-iron loft and the stronger loft. I don't think that's going to be for everyone, but I think there'll be a lot of people that like it. But if you need some speed, if you need a slightly flatter trajectory, if you tend to balloon it a little bit, I think it's a great option.
It blends better with the set because it's slimmer top line.
Yes.
Okay,
definitely.
You're up.
Bandit, Pinky, and Perky. What is going on? Let's see. Jared, fitter told me that I need irons plus 2 inches in length. Is that a real possibility? I'm 6'5". Yeah. I mean, it's extreme. I had a fit with Rob a few weeks ago, and we done irons for him. He just really liked kind of a certain posture position and kind of really kind of felt uncomfortable being too hunched over. So, as long as we can build it correctly and balanced and get the flex and all the rest of it, it's on the extreme 2 inches, but
it's a lot.
It's doable.
If done right, basically.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, from Dustin.
Go for it, Dustin.
Dustin is he's asking about the Ben Hogan Fort Worth irons.
Mm-hmm.
When can you expect the review, Dustin? That is a good question. It's on the list. We got a little sidetracked with a bunch of new stuff that came in.
Mm-hmm.
I won't give you a date, but it's definitely on our near to-do list. They are good-looking clubs, like the PTX. Is that what I hit?
Yeah,
those were sick. I really think those are awesome.
Yeah.
But yes, we'll get to it, Dustin, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We got about 8,000 other things that came in around when we were doing those, so we dipped into the mainstream for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Marco is asking TPT 15 MKP, so mid kick point, mid torque, standard weight, or Project X hazardous black smoke. Black smoke? 6.5. Is that? Do you mean the black or the smoke? Because those
Are they
are
two different things?
Yeah, those are two different. You've got the new hazardous smoke, and you've got the last year's
No
black.
black smoke?
No black smoke.
Not yet.
That's a fire in the
Coming
kitchen.
Fire in the
Quick transition coming over the top.
That's funny.
I mean, definitely. I've not really. I really should test that hazardous smoke because it's in so many clubs as stock.
I swear you said this last time.
Did I?
No, someone was asking why it was in so
Yeah.
many clubs, and then you were answering. But no, you should get one in.
Just get one in.
Surely one of the
to
drivers
test it.
that comes in will come with one.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'll
right?
make a point of saying to Jamie when it comes in to hold one aside for us because we have plans to do a little OEM versus aftermarket.
Yeah, it's a good interlude. If you guys want to see, I know you do, but I'm going to say it anyway. A video about best no upcharge. Is that what you would call that series? Basically, what are the best no upcharge shafts?
Yeah, best or free versus or stock versus aftermarket.
Just
or
an evolution.
like that,
I think we almost want to stop saying
Yeah.
stock and start calling it
I know.
a no upcharge because
Yeah.
stock has a negative connotation when really what it means is no upcharge. Okay, I know you can answer this quite easily. What is the most realistic reacting artificial turf? I'm sure it's in the building.
Yeah. We use T-Line by Synthetic Turf International.
Okay, it's good stuff.
Good stuff. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's as close as I've ever felt to real turf interaction on mats for sure. All right, I'm catching up to the banter. Good.
I know.
Yes.
You see this on it.
guys are hilarious.
When is the Mizuno golf ball review?
Thought about doing it today. We just ran out of time. Next week. Let's do it next week.
Sure.
What? No, I'm not going to ask you now. I'll ask you later. We're not doing that Mizuno thing soon, are we?
That's next week.
Can we tell them, or is that booked?
No, yeah, we can definitely tell them. That's next week. That's wild. Forgot all about it.
I don't know. I just thought of it now.
Yeah.
So it's next week.
No, it's
He's
next
coming.
week.
Okay.
So Chris Vachel from Mizuno is
Yes.
going to be with us all day next.
Yeah, which is the 25th.
25th next
So we'll be
next
doing
Monday.
we will be. Okay, I'll
Yeah.
guarantee you we're gonna. Well, there's no better time to do the ball than the person
Yeah.
who can explain.
For
what the
sure.
point of it is. Yeah, we'll do that next week.
Absolutely.
That's cool. So if you're not familiar with who Chris is, Ian interviewed Chris at the PGA show.
Yeah, young guy, hugely
really good
passionate.
guy,
and
yeah.
He's just, he's kind of he just can't express at times how much he loves.
Yeah, he's
the
very,
equipment that he obviously helps produce. And
Stuff to be proud of this year too. I mean, it's
what a range. I mean, you could literally play a Mizuno. You could play 13 Mizuno clubs.
I almost said that to you when we were filming today. I was going to say, like, is this the first time you could play all clubs from Mizuno? Because we hit a few with the new hybrid. The
which
hybrid is so
yeah,
nice.
we
Like, it's
both
silly
loved
how
that,
nice
didn't
it
we?
is. Haven't hit the fairways yet, but I'd be shocked if they weren't.
Oh, the fairways are so good.
Okay, so
so
there you
good.
go. So you could easily, for the first time, you could play all the way to putter. Good. So that's next week. There'll be a bunch of Mizuno next week.
Yes.
That's good.
Because yeah,
That's good.
if there's anything you guys want to know about, I know you all want to know about the shaft analyzer.
Will Chris talk about that
a big
too?
one. Oh yeah,
So we should just
I
do a
think he's
video.
going to bring one and he can give his perspective on what the analyzer
That's probably one of the
sees
most requested. We have to do a video on that.
We will.
That's maybe that might be the most common comment.
Love it.
Will you review that?
Let's do it.
Yes, we will.
Let's do it.
All right, for my long lost cousin. That's hilarious.
Oh, Derek.
Love it. All right, Derek is working on becoming a fitter himself. That's awesome. Derek
Good.
is a Patreon member as well. Thanks, Derek.
Very
Glad
cool.
you could tune in. Yes.
Like a
Royal,
fresh
meaty
delicious.
Royale.
Yeah,
There's
Royale
nothing better.
with cheese.
Yes, extra cheese.
Great
Thanks,
movie.
Derek.
Pulp Fiction. Seen Pulp Fiction?
I have. Not in a while, though. It's one of those ones that you got to rewatch every
I know
few
you
years.
do.
It's just,
Absolutely.
Brandon's got a link about George Gankus if anyone's curious.
Yep.
If you want to dive into what he's up to. All right.
So Ryan Kelso, if you and we can just talked a little bit about this, but if you had to sign a one club contract, who would you
funny.
choose?
Full bag contract.
Full bag contract, I think Ryan means. Who would you choose? Who would you choose right now?
Mizuno.
Right here. Would you?
Yeah. Because ping, I like my ping driver, but there's no ping irons.
Yeah.
To be fair, that I would buy. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying they don't perform well, but I just have never really wanted to buy ping irons, so I would callously eliminate them. TaylorMade, I just don't love the woods
Yeah,
all that much.
Yeah, you've not
That may
done
change this
all
year, to
that
be
well,
fair,
yes.
because in hitting M5 I was better. So I can't imagine playing a full TaylorMade bag.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Titleist. I'd say maybe Titleist. Yeah, Titleist or Mizuno.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you could play from it on pretty much anyone.
Yeah,
Would you really have that hard of a time picking the best from every? I know we say this every week, but like Callaway, all their stuff is good. Like everyone's stuff is really, really good. So much of it comes down to personal preference.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be Mizuno, no? Or you're not in love with the woods yet?
I haven't hit the woods yet.
Well, that would.
Yeah, I haven't hit the woods yet.
That'll be your first problem.
I know.
I think you'll like them.
I don't know what.
It's a good question, isn't
what
it?
I would do. Yeah, give me a sec to think about that one.
Okay. That's probably the easiest year ever to do that because everyone is really taking their game up a notch versus in the past. Usually there's some weak ones in there. Okay, I'm going to Greg question while you think about your future contract, which you won't take because you're brand agnostic and you'll refuse it. Yep. Greg's asking about a new set of Callaway irons he's getting, Apex combos, very cool. He's asking about the Nippon Tour 105.
Yep.
What is your opinion on Nippon shafts?
Oh, love them.
You do.
Yeah, just so
Build,
good.
quality is good.
Tolerances are
good.
so tight. Fantastic. Love everything about them.
Performance-wise in your fits? Yeah.
Probably our best-selling sort of brand of shafts in the store.
Greg, that is as good as an endorsement as anything can get.
Yes.
All right, I'm catching up. You take one though.
How long before a TXG social? What's that? What's a TXG social?
Like a party. Get together. Gathering.
Every Monday's a party.
I know.
This is a social.
Just two idiots in a room. Yeah, well, there's people want to know if you're going to host an event or you're going to host a tournament.
I would love to host a tournament this summer.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
This summer?
This summer.
Locally?
Yep. I'd like to do an event. Yeah, just, maybe 32 spots, invite your own partner, wicked prizes.
32 spots.
32 spots.
It's a limited field.
Yeah,
you're going to break a lot of hearts.
VIP.
That's not what they're asking about.
It's not supposed to be what's been offered. Too bad.
Oh, you really caught him on one today. That's
64 people.
That is not what they're asking about. They're asking about
64 people. It's got to be manageable. We've never hosted an event in our life. Can you imagine trying to do a full field?
I did that for 4 years professionally, hosting golf tournaments. I could do it in a second.
It's all Matty. I'll turn up and sip my coffee.
That's what I used to do
tea.
for a living. Yeah, you can have a tea and we'll invite more than 32
so
people.
We're going to have it'd be 64, so it'd be 32 invites plus invite your own partner.
Why is it so few people? You can host 140 people on 18 holes.
Holy moly!
If you pick a golf course,
a PGA Tour event going on here.
Angus Glen had 300-person tournaments all the time. They have 218s. Be ambitious. Come on.
Oh, I'm ambitious.
Invite everybody.
Love it.
By the way, I'm busy that day. So funny. Austin, I thought you said you had to go. But we're going to take this question. I thought you had to go, Austin.
Cancelled the night.
I know. So I didn't see. Oh, Harold Varner got penalized.
What did you get penalized for?
He was adjusting his driver or something. Keep an eye on what Austin says. I don't know. I don't know exactly what Harold did. I think he was adjusting a setting on his driver or something. I don't know exactly what he did. Austin, clarify for us, bud. I think you know better than I do because I only saw the tail end of it on Golf Channel. I am going to call out Mizuno. Whisker Rub's right. They don't make enough left-handed golf clubs. That's absolutely true, Whisker. Yeah. As impressed as I am with all their stuff, you're right. They don't make everything in left hand, which I just don't agree with. Just don't agree with it.
This is a beauty. How did the guy with that accent? What a way to start a question.
Stateside, well, you got a couple things wrong. This is Canada, first of all.
Yeah. How did a guy with that accent?
15 seconds or less.
Yeah. How did he end up here?
He got on the ship. Steamship,
the long, slow boat. No, it was a business opportunity. I was working for TaylorMade in the UK and was approached by a company to come over and start Modern Golf.
So it was directly from TaylorMade. I thought you had one stop in between.
No,
in the
States. Was straight from TaylorMade.
But you had come to the States with TaylorMade just temporarily, visits?
Yeah. Okay. I was at the PGA show when I first met the Modern Golf guys. And, Yep, so on and so forth.
And the rest is history, folks.
Yes,
Speaking of the slow boat, Hanma, are they coming? Are they on the slow boat?
What slow boat is that? I know. Who?
From where? I'm not going to say that.
Where are we going with this slow boat from where?
I'm saying they're taking forever.
Holy moly.
Do you have any requests in?
I mean,
They
honestly,
ghosted us on Instagram.
Yeah, speaking of MIA,
They ghosted us.
they obviously have their own agenda, and we are not part of it, so fine.
Send them a
Harass them.
spam folder full of images or
Harass them.
messages on Instagram. Send TXG clubs to test. We'd like to test them.
Joe, Titanic is loosely based on Ian's voyage to America.
Not the Titanic I saw because you're alive.
Absolutely. Is that the other Titanic?
Titanic 2. It didn't sink. All righty.
Oh, Banda's booking his flight for the TXG Open.
Okay,
What an event.
I want to get some of these in here. This is funny.
This isn't the NCAA's tournament.
I told you. You can't
that's
invite 30 people.
Mikey, the Princess Open.
I'm fine with that. If I don't have to work.
Ian, could you ballpark how much of your business entails with just loft lies of current? Very small amount from doing. We will often do adjustments as well as give you recommendations. I mean, we're never going to send you away with misfit equipment if there's something subtle that we can do, like loft and lies, and it's all part of the experience while you're with us.
It's an option if you get good performance with an adjustment.
That's right.
Yeah. Doesn't happen often though, because of people want to buy new stuff.
Yep.
Okay,
You're
Jason.
almost caught up here.
I know. Jason has am I too caught up?
No, you're.
So Jason had a follow-up question earlier. He is debating between getting the full bag and the gears fitting. Okay,
Yeah.
He's about a 15 handicap. Swing can be inconsistent. That's okay. So he just basically wants to be careful of budget, which is fair. Do you think, this is a good general question, do you think that the gears fitting is going to benefit someone of a lower handicap more? Is someone in a mid-handicap range have less to gain? Or is it blind to your ability level?
I think it's for everyone. I really, I think the club fitting's for everyone because it comes in so many various forms. I mean, club fitting is for the absolute beginner who's never yet made it onto the golf course, because custom fitting is the right length, the right weight, the right grip size, the right kind of head style, the right set composition. That's custom fitting. Now we're not going into the details about launch and spin and these various things, but that's still fitting in my book.
I would say, knowing you and how you run this place, if Jason came and he was disappointed with his experience, I'm sure you would make it right one way or another. So
Absolutely.
There's no way, Jason, you would leave here disappointed with your gears fitting. There's just no way.
I know.
I can't imagine a situation where, even if something was missed, I'm sure Ian would invite you back to come in the next day or whatever it would take to make you happy.
That's it. And my biggest concern a lot of the time is when we have people travelling in from overseas and out of town and different things like that, is that, to be honest, it's like that player has a bad day with their swing and striking.
You've got a very narrow window to make it happen. It's fair.
Yeah, that's always, and that's where someone like, I know David Wilson, who's watching, he's been on feed saying hi. I mean, David was in the other day, and David was struggling a little bit with a bit of a slice, and we talked a little bit about some swing stuff, and we really got it back on track.
Is that the one you posted on Instagram?
Yeah.
His results were something else.
Yeah, it was really good. So worked in a little bit of lead wrist stuff, and actually, David, I owe you a video. I'm going to send you a video for a little recap on that stuff.
Nice.
I got a nice little 4-minute YouTube video for you.
Sweet.
I think things like that is where we can maybe pull a session back from the
darkness.
the depths.
No, it's important though, because you don't want to feel like your struggling on that day has cost you your investment of showing up. So
let me do that while it's on my mind.
Sure. All right. I'm going to take some more questions while you're doing that.
Throw them at me.
All righty. Austin said the range was closed. That's tragic, Austin.
Devastating. Not so devastating, because you get to come back and banter with Bandit and
worst case scenario, you're back here.
That's right.
Hopefully they open tomorrow, though. All right. My fingers are not working. There we go. Okay. People are asking about TXG Galvin green shirts. It's still on the agenda, right?
It's coming. They're going to be on the website very, very soon.
Okay. There you go, Brandon.
Very, very soon.
Only a matter of time. Okay. George is asking about driver lengths.
Yep.
So he's asking basically about pros and cons of going longer or shorter. I'll introduce the question to you as, what percentage of people leave here with a 45-inch driver?
90.
90. So 9 out of 10 people are going home with a 45-inch driver. The other 10% mostly are a little under?
Mostly more under than over.
Okay. So chances are, let's just say statistically, you're not getting a driver over length if you've been properly fit.
Yeah.
And you're probably not far off 45.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you fit someone a little shorter, what are you doing there? Is it more of a, are you trying to affect something like their...
Maybe see something in their swing where they're struggling to control the length of it. Their strike's a bit erratic.
You're talking half inches at most?
Yeah. So, I mean, certainly some of our kind of junior female golfers, that sort of thing, where the driver can get a little bit on the long side.
Okay.
You certainly want to use a driver that can be, up to a point, sort of 45 inches being that point, longest driver that you can control in order to retain speed.
Right. As long as it's giving you speed increases.
And there's a tipping point where, for players, longer becomes slower because they can no longer accelerate the golf club as much. So it doesn't keep going that, when you go up, you keep going up, you just keep improving in speed. It doesn't work that way.
Right. Okay, George. Chances are you should get a 45-inch driver, which is important to say that's not standard. When you buy a driver, they're usually half inch over, at least. So technically speaking, 45 is a little bit shorter than standard. Here we go. From Tim. Thank you, Tim. Tim, I'm going to see if your question's below, but thank you for that. Okay. Oh, Austin has chimed in about Harold Varner's penalty. So he was penalized for getting his backup driver sent to him on the golf course.
Did his driver break?
It was put together and he hit a shot, so a 2-stroke penalty. Huh. It sounds like he started his round and then they put the driver together and sent it up to him. So I'll have to read more about that. That's crazy. Yeah. There was obviously some debate as to whether it should be. It's not like he pulled a wrench out on the 10th tee and moved the weight in the toe, which is what I initially thought when I saw it. But it sounds like there's a little more gray area to it. That's interesting. A lot of rules drama these days. So much rules. It's the most boring topic on earth. It really is.
I love Ricky's drop. Did you?
That was hilarious. Ricky Fowler's drop. Yeah, that was hilarious. I think shame on anyone who gave him a hard time. That was funny as hell. My God.
Awesome. I loved it. So right to do it.
It was. Where was that? Arizona? Where was he when he did that? That was funny.
Oh, Austin wants to play you in the tournament. Austin wants a match play event.
Austin wants a piece.
It's a piece
the
of
time is now, Austin. Right now.
No, you were good today.
Austin, I would have asked you to be my partner, but I guess that's the way
he wants to take you down, so you love Austin's gunning for you.
I want to step on your throat. All right. Well, if Ian decides to invite more than 15 people, Austin, then maybe we can make that happen.
Come on, it's a 64-man event. It's a big deal.
How many subscribers do you have? 5? More than 30 people want to come.
I just want to provide a high-quality experience, that's all.
I can help you do that for more than 30 people. I'd be happy to.
How
It'd be my
many?
pleasure to.
How many people do you
Couple hundred, for sure.
Couple of hundred?
Yes. Or worst case, you do it on more than one day.
What an event.
Yes.
Is this the new 5th major?
It is. The recreational major. It's the the new amateur
Love
masters. Listen, we don't do anything unambitiously. Don't do that.
It's true. It's very true.
I don't even know where these two are. They're just... Oh, you guys crack me up. I'm going to tune on this because I do it every week, just to bug you.
These things.
You know what? We're going to take an initiative on this. Guys, do us a favor because we get so many requests. If you're interested in seeing launch monitors, the consumer ones tested, do us a favor. Reach out to FlightScope Mevo, reach out to Swing Caddy, spam their inboxes, tell them to send us a unit. We'd be happy to do it. It's just, there's a lot of companies to contact and we just can't keep track of it. We're not against it, but it's tough to do. Tough to do. Sean has a shaft question. What is this?
If you show up with a hickey in your neck, you get to play with Princess Rose.
I'm taking a whip.
Ladies' tees. Lift clean in place through the green. Acupuncture every third hole.
This sounds like a great event.
What an event!
Joe, are you the guest host? This is great.
I think we have to. Oh, we have to have Bandit as the MC.
That's a no-brainer.
That's got to be Bandit. You up for that? If we get you over for this event, little Bandit is the host.
Bandit, you would
imagine Bandit and Whisker hosting this thing.
at least a speech, something, or like
there'll be a speech whether we want it or not. There'll be a speech.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, so good.
Austin's asking about so I think Peter Finch had an event. I think it was for followers or for.
Do you know that this is actually going to get called the Princess Tourney?
I'll tell you what, I will never ever come here again if it gets called that. Never darken your door again.
I just had a text message. It's been called the Princess Tourney.
So call it that, and I just won't be here anymore.
Oh, Matty, do you need a hug?
No.
You need a hug, Princess.
I'll play a ball with a princess crown on it, though. Is that a good compromise?
Yes.
Call the TXG Open.
TXG Open. That's the one.
All right. Any recommendations for a good fitter in the Atlanta area?
Atlanta.
Is Club Champion in Atlanta?
Yeah. Well, club champion are everywhere.
I know. That's a stupid question. They're in every state almost.
Every state and multiple times in others.
Your best bet, probably?
Yeah. I think they do a good job. I've spoke to there's a few. I think there's quite a lot of fitters in Atlanta. Obviously, that's where the kingdom is for TaylorMade. They're the East Coast.
I'm going to cheat on this question. So Patrick is a Patreon member. Mm-hmm. Patrick, what you should do, go for a fit, go to Club Champion, and get a report of all your numbers. If you have any doubts or questions, you know where to find us. He's got access to the fitting team to double check everything. If you've got anxiety about where you're being fit.
Lake Oconee. That's, Patrick, you're fairly close to Reynolds Plantation. I think you're pretty close to Reynolds there, Lake.
What's Reynolds?
Lake Oconee, Reynolds Plantation. Never heard of that?
What is it? Golf?
Golf. Yeah, it's a big community.
What else? Wine?
Huge community. 6,000 homes or something. Big place.
Sean had a shaft question here.
Okay. What's this shaft question? Only TaylorMade M5 a sub 460cc driver.
Okay, so Sean was asking earlier about 430 heads. So he's getting an M5, or he has an M5 Tour, the 431. So he's looking at no upcharge shaft similar to
Matrix Red Tie. Matrix Red Tie, jeez, that's an oldie.
Is he challenging you with this little inquiry?
Nah.
You're going to have to look at the ceiling a couple times?
Something close in an M5, close to a red tie. Red tie was the mid profile from Matrix, the black tie being the stiffer, the white tie being the softer. In that head, what would be similar, Matty? I always found red tie actually to play stiffer than the profile was kind of expected to. Mm-hmm. So I would say something in that middle of the road, no upcharge. That's the hard bit. Mm-hmm. I really pay too much attention to what the no upcharge stuff is. I would say something like if they still, I'm sure they probably still offer hazardous black. I think that'd be quite a nice match. Red tie was always fairly stout. That kind of matrix profile, I'll go into the details, but the HD sort of inside cut of the shaft. So what HD stood for was the 16-sided cut and the inside of the shaft, basically.
How are you remembering this stuff?
It's the way they stop the shaft ovaling, and it's quite as much it produced more energy.
Like this? 16-sided version of that thing?
Yeah. Oh, that little badger. Yeah.
I thought that's what you called it earlier. The cuts.
I think you call it like a ninja star or something.
That's what it looks
that.
like, no?
It does, definitely does. I would say a Project X black would be hazardous black.
Not smoke, though.
This the black smoke.
The black smoke from Lost, if you're a Lost fan.
I know.
All right. Adam, if you did answer, I don't even want to look. Are you laughing at something? Oh no.
No, I'm just.
Adam said his question disappeared. Ask it again. We're actually reasonably caught up, Adam. So
yeah.
Apologize. Varner cracked his driver on the range. Austin's saying he had it assembled during the round and brought out to him. So it was sort of gray-ish. It was assembled on the course, therefore requiring a penalty.
What is Bandit talking about? It must have been a big mouse if it wasn't. What is that?
It's just hard to know.
Okay, because Ian has a dog. Where is this coming from?
You want me to scroll up? Because that's the rest of that'll be the rest of the That will be the rest of the stream. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here's Adam's question. Okay. If you lengthened your irons 3/4 of an inch, they were standard lie, would it change it from standard lie to toe up or upright?
Upright, for
And
sure.
will that make you pull it and hook it worse? Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes. Patrick says yes, he is close to Reynolds.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep.
From Miles. Do you normally wear a watch?
Do you know? So this is literally genuinely my favorite item of anything that I own.
May I see it?
So
Ooh.
it's just a nice little watch.
Okay.
I got as a gift for my 30th birthday, and I lost it for a year. It was
Sounds like something you'd do.
I lost
Like
it
your
for
wallet.
a year. It was inside a Foresight bag, so I must have been travelling to an event with. I think it's when I name drop. I think it was when I was down at opposite Lake Nona, the other one. Isleworth. When I was down at Isleworth and I was travelling with the quad, I think I must have taken it off on the range
in
at
there?
Isleworth, put it in the bag. Al found it.
But you just found this.
I literally just found it a couple of weeks ago. So
Was Al wearing it?
no. Well, I came in one day and I opened the drawer in my the front drawer in my desk, and I was looking for something else. My watch was there, and I literally nearly
Freaked out.
And I'm like, has this always been tucked at the back of the thing? And I think I said to Al, "You'll never believe what just happened." I just found my watch. And I said, "Yeah, I found it in that Foresight bag." So that's my.
Okay. So you'll be seeing a watch every week now because he's married to it, unless you lose it again.
I know.
That's funny.
Where can we have this event? I think
We're spoiled for.
But
Golf
thinking
courses.
of like a good public golf course around here where we can host.
Why has it got to be public?
Easier to get on. We don't really have the ability to get it on a private club, do we?
Private clubs host tournaments, yeah.
Where would be a private club that hosts a good tournament?
Well, I mean, mine does. I know mine.
Do
Like all Coppenwood has tournaments every week. For example, I'm not saying there.
Yeah, I mean,
All private
if
clubs
they
have
do.
some. I'm not saying it's easy
Sure.
to get on because they're limited.
Like
but
initially, from it's not really ideal from a location standpoint, but TPC Toronto would be.
yeah, it's a bit of a hike.
It's a bit of a hike.
Fair enough. It's people. We'd have to ask people if they would come in from out of town or not. If they do, then you'd want to pick something in the West End, I guess. But you don't have to. I mean, 30, 40-minute drive is not a big deal.
It's not a big deal, is it?
There's so many golf courses in Toronto,
So many.
but they're not downtown. I mean, they're on the outskirts to some degree. So yeah, it's making the brain work. Think about it. Brandon's coming in from DC.
Marco Ingo sidetracked him a question. TBT 15 too stout for 108 quick transition. No, not too stout. Would be a pretty good one for you.
It's smooth as silk.
Yeah. TXG Open. This sounds like it's gathering a little bit of momentum here. I mean,
Almost like you should have more than 30 spots.
we could definitely do some serious prizes for this thing.
Of course you could.
Yeah,
Fittings,
people want to do.
equipment.
Let's do it. Let's do this.
I will help organize it as I offer.
Well, if the Golfholics guys are coming into town in July, it could potentially pair up with something like doing something like this at an event where we were all part of it. Yeah,
I like where your head's at.
I like it.
All right. You guys have planted the seed.
32 competitors plus, I guess.
And sorry, 30 because the two of us are competing.
Yeah, we're competing for sure.
Okay.
And a hickey.
How are you doing for
Still
time?
good.
You good for a bit?
I gotta probably get 5 more minutes in me.
All right. Let's take a couple more.
Couple more.
Yeah, I'll say, guys, if you have more questions, save them for next week. I
Yep.
don't want to leave anyone hanging, so we're going to wrap up, which means we'll get through what we have,
Yep.
and then we will see you next week.
We will. Need any slow to mid swing speed for
Just
a
had
video?
someone in
we
this
just
week.
we have Ronnie the Rocket.
Ronnie the Rocket was in today. He swings at about, what's his driver swing speed? 90? 88?
Yeah, 85 to 88, somewhere in that,
Yep.
depending on how Ronnie's feeling.
Ronnie is 64 years of age, 64 years young.
Legend of a man.
Legend of a man.
One of
He's
my favourite people in the world.
very into golf. He's
Yeah.
very dedicated to it.
He
Yeah, I think
loves it.
you guys will like his video. It's coming out later this week.
Yeah.
Sir Frederick, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
Appreciate your offer, though. From the Dodge Maniac, thank you for answering my questions last week.
Thank
You're
you
welcome.
Thank you for taking part. I mean,
Yeah.
the amount of people who take part in this and have become
a lot of people.
Yeah, it's so good.
There's been 400 plus people on the entire time.
That's awesome.
Many people.
That's a lot.
With good attention spans. For two dummies talking about a whole lot of nothing.
Okay. A lot of nonsense.
All right. Can an iron too flat cause the shanks from Jake?
No. I would
Moves
say
the strike the other way?
Yeah. Well, I just it's unlikely to move strike point into the neck of the clubs.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Jason, ironically, I was with Larry yesterday. Larry Chung. He's filming. He's probably gonna ask you too. He's filming a little interview series where he interviews people that he knows that worked in different parts of business. I think he's calling it a speaker series. So I did that with Larry yesterday. It's the longest I've ever talked about myself in my life. I think we talked for like half an hour. So if you want to know how I got into golf and TXG, I would say that's probably your best bet. I'm not sure when he's going to put that out, but I think it's soon.
When we done our What's the Bag?
Yeah, I probably talked about it a bit.
A little about our stories, our backstories, and different stuff.
Oh, I'm sure we did, yeah. But probably more so yours. Mine is a bit long and boring, to be honest, but yeah. Wait for Larry's video. It's probably coming in the next couple weeks. But don't leave it in too much suspense. It's not that interesting of a story. Let's take a couple more.
Yeah.
Dogs on a golf course. Yes. Just clean up after your dog.
Dogs everywhere.
I would take my dog to every round of golf.
Dogs everywhere.
Some places let you do that.
Talk with that Osprey Valley or TPC Toronto, as it's
Do
now
they?
called. We used to go up there with Ben.
With the young Benjamin.
We did. We used to go up, and Bob McClure, who used to be the head pro there, he would leave the keys in a cart and like a bottle of water for Benny.
That's hilarious.
And he'd be like, "The place is all yours. Go do it."
That's awesome.
Yeah, so good.
All right.
Travis can only play clubs fitted by TXG. That's the rule.
Yes,
That is the rule.
I agree. Or at least consulted on by
Yeah.
TXG.
Yeah, we'll start to build this. Can I have prize for the worst joke? You're probably going to win the first prize, the second prize,
Bandit.
the third prize, but you'll also probably win the first, second, and third prize for the best joke as well, Bandit. So it's just volume.
Because it's really just a volume.
Volume thing. Matt actually was saying earlier on, like, he's like, how does Bandit have so many one-liners?
Yeah, you have Bandit. You have more one-liners, either ready or just at the tip of your tongue, than anyone who's ever commented on a YouTube video. It's admirable. It's unbelievable almost. He always has a one-liner. It's a rare talent.
It is.
Golfholics guys, we are still talking with them. We
Yep.
got to figure out a date. Looking at the summer. No news yet, but
We're
are
going to
chatting.
do a little get together.
Yeah, we're chatting with them. Hopefully this summer. I gotta send them a follow-up.
But yeah, I jumped. Mr. Crossfield sent me a message yesterday.
Oh, let's read that live on the air.
Let's do it because I haven't replied to him yet.
Ghosting Crossfield. Bandit will love that.
It was a day off.
What, you don't work Sundays?
So Mark's ideas for some questions. Why do people still relate swing speed to shaft flex?
Good question.
Good question. Do all drivers go the same distance?
Good question.
Interesting. How do you balance fitting as you're not coaches? Not sure if this one's true or not. Let me know your thoughts.
Those are all good ideas.
Good, thoughtful questions.
What does Mark want to do? Does he want to just say, Mark asked us these, we'll make the videos?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll probably need to jump on a little call with him maybe this week. And
Should ask him if he ever wants
yeah.
to. You can patch people in.
yeah.
You can patch people in.
Yeah,
Even
no,
if we
we're
patched in
up
a little conversation, then we filmed some testing. That'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these things are all apparently still on our radar. They're all in the DMs on Ian's phone.
Yeah.
Okay, last super chat from Brian. Brian, thank you. I'm going to look for your question. Oh, Brian's question. Brian is upgrading his driver, looking at the Ventus 6X and the Callaway Epic Flash Sub-Zero. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Basically asking if he can take that shaft and throw it into a Ping G400 LST.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to perform quite as low spin
Yes,
But
you'll see more
I think we said that, imagine with the nature of the Ventus profile and obviously the way they have designed it with forgiveness in mind and stability on mishits, that's really the big story with it, isn't it? With
that's why they're
it's a really
selling it,
stable,
right?
So we talked about that one at the show being something that will be really easy to pair with ping drivers because the nature of the already high MOI. So if you're somebody who tends to lose strike point a little bit, I think a Ventus ping combo could kind of be the ultimate MOI monster.
So Brian may just want to drop the loft a shade to bring his spin down because it's a higher spin club.
For sure. Or even request a digitally lofted, slightly stronger lofted version to get a little bit more speed and keep the spin down.
Good point. Okay, Derek's asking, GC quad versus TrackMan club head speed. What is the difference?
One measures the face and one measures the trail edge of the club.
Okay, and what does that net out usually?
GC quad's faster.
2-3 miles? 3-4 miles?
2 to 3.
Okay. Bandit's got one or more one-liners than a bathroom at a Miami nightclub. That is fantastic.
Joe, I think you're fairly close to the
Joe
Bandit.
should MC.
I don't know. I would love, to see, or I'd love to get an opportunity to meet all of you guys. I think that'd be the coolest thing about hosting a golf tournament is that we would get to do all this stuff face to face.
Yeah, that would be the best part about it for sure.
Yeah.
For the lucky 28 of you who can come make a scene into it. Okay, we caught up.
Did we?
This is a good time to wrap it up, I think.
Do you know why we caught up? Because they get so bored with asking us questions because we were so far behind. They were chatting amongst themselves, which, by the way, is a good thing.
To be fair,
we did
the best job at keeping up that we've ever done. This is our best attempt.
I like that. I like that model of one phone being up to date, answering one, and then one playing catch. That's not bad.
You keep an eye on the current banter. Yeah. Yes. So that is the latest feature of the live chat. Patrick's asking about. So Patrick, you can tell me if I can.
Bag tags for everyone.
So Patrick is sending us some really cool bag tags. Looking forward to getting those. I think they're in the mail, he said. So
love it.
When those come in, Patrick, we'll be sharing those on the Instagram account for everyone to see.
Yeah, I'll be wearing that proudly on my bag.
Yes, me too. All right.
Is the F9 in the bag yet, Matty?
It's not in the bag yet, Dan.
Is it going to be in the bag?
I don't know. It's going to get a fair roundup test.
Crack at the whip.
We've got some. Now that the physical health is returning, I think the next couple weeks we can probably start to schedule our fitting bonanza.
I know.
We can do the big one.
I'm excited about this.
It'll be good. So not next week because Chris from Mizuno's coming.
Yeah, in the fall. So maybe the fall. Away.
Okay, so probably 3 weeks from now. Let's plan to do that.
Yeah.
It'll give me some time to get my.
Oh, and we might try and sneak it like we were talking. Maybe doing like a little gears, a little midweek gears session or something. We could film a little bit of that. Maybe.
Sure. Yeah.
We'll have a think about this.
See if we can move up the timelines.
Everything we can do is schedule. Scheduling's not the easiest right now, but we'll see what we can do.
Yeah. All right. I think it's. I'm gonna take this last one. Okay, guys, if you're just tuning in, we're gonna sign off, but let's take this last question. Yeah. Irons are soft stepped and wants to shorten them. Should they be trimmed from the butt section or the tip section?
Butt section.
Okay. Why?
Yeah. Probably. I'm going to jump the gun and say they're probably taper tip shafts and aren't able to. If they're soft step, they are taper tip.
Right.
So you have to trim from the butt.
Okay. All right.
Bandit.
Good night.
Good night.
And good night, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Good live. Hour and 43 minutes, 29 seconds.
For sure.
We'll see you guys next week for a live for sure. Full week of filming next week.
Do you know, and we can probably, I don't think Chris's, I don't know if Chris Fischel could handle the madness of the live.
He may just, his head might explode with all the...
Maybe we get him for maybe we jump on for 30 minutes.
He's going to be here. He's going to be here for at least a few hours. So depending on his time, how long he wants to be here and whether he wants to get on a live. We won't promise that, but it's... Do
you know what the Waltons is? You remember the show The Waltons?
No.
No. It's like a show.
British show?
No, I think it's an American show. I'm seeing all the Night Bandit, Night. You know, it's like
that. I've seen.
Like Night John.
Good night,
Boy.
Gene. Good night, Rick. Good
John
night, Sarah.
Boy.
Good night, Mom. Yeah.
That's exactly what this is.
I love this. Funny. Everyone is so friendly. Okay. So, yeah, we'll see you next week for sure. 5 new videos coming out this week. Rory McIlroy is coming out tomorrow.
Right,
His
Rory
winning bag.
McIlroy, what's in the bag?
Wednesday, I'm not going to promise what these are, but we've got fitting with Ron. His
Ronnie.
mid-handicap fitting with Ron is going to be fantastic.
Monster.
We've got hybrid lie angle video coming out. We've got new driver shaft video coming out. We've got rifle iron shaft video coming out.
Rifle iron shafts versus Project X iron shafts.
Did I miss anything? That's everything we did today?
Hybrid? Did you do hybrid lie angle?
Hybrid lie
Yeah,
angle.
that's the 5.
Okay. So stay tuned for those guys.
Lots of good stuff.
Thanks for joining us. We will see you next week.
Good night, Mary Ellen.
Good night, Mary Ellen. Anthony gets it.